What's going on, YouTube? This is Mag Dog TV. We back with another one. In this video, we're going to talk about Coach Prime finally addressing some of his players that's going viral as far as speaking about the Colorado Buffs football team. He spoke about Smoke, and he potentially also spoke about other players, including Willie Gaines and all of those players. As I said before, Smoke went viral with some of his comments this week when he was speaking about the Colorado Buffs season, which he has every right to do so. I want you guys to understand this man is a senior. Last game this week, he has a right to give his opinion when we talk about the Colorado Buffs. He said, quote, selfish ball, basically what's going on inside of this locker room. Now, I want you guys to be very cautious with some of the information you guys receiving, whether it's from YouTube journalists, ESPN analysts, even the big dog, Stephen A. Smith, all of those guys when we talk about the Colorado Buffs, because people just like to take the little small things and turn it into something way more than what it is. Smoke even made sure these people would have understood that he didn't mean it in some of the way of some of these people that's trying to put it out. So be very mindful of some of the information you guys are receiving, because people trying to make it more drama inside of Boulder when in fact Colorado Buffs is already excelled past where they were last year. They just doing it because they have some type of judgmental issues when we talk about Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, the way he carry himself and all of those things. But I'm gonna let you guys hear what Coach Prime had to say when asked from the Denver Post this question when we talk about this comment from Smoke, and I'm gonna give you guys my opinion at the end of the video.
Hey, Coach Sean Keeler of the Denver Post.
My man.
Yeah.
Old faithful.
I'm glad you're doing better.
Thank you,
You
sir.
may not be after this one. No. How much of I want to get your reaction to Smoke's comments, if you could, and how much.
I don't know what was it.
Posted on socials. Basically, if we didn't play selfish ball, we would have been undefeated.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that comment. I think that's a great comment. I just like to quantify, like, what does that mean? So that's the question I asked the team today. What does that mean? What does that mean?
What did they tell you?
They told me a plethora of things. You should have been there. It was good. I love that kid, man, and his mom. So I'm 100 with Smoke. He said what he felt, and he felt what he said. I have no problem with guys doing that, as long as it's justified. That wasn't an attack on us. That was truth. Sometimes maybe not studying properly, maybe not holding each other accountable, things like of that nature. But it's nothing derogatory, man. That's a challenge, and that's how Smoke speaks. So I got love for the brother, man. I really do.
With this Coach Prime and how he felt with his players speaking out and some of the things and all those natures. But I want you guys to understand, man, the game of football never changed. It never will change. The only difference is the power of social media. Back when I was coming up, we had access to the internet, but we was afraid to speak our thoughts on the internet because we didn't want our coaches to know how we felt moving forward, especially during the season. We never would have done that, but I can also respect the fact that everything is all through social media. Even when guys going to a certain school, whether it's a recruit or any of those things, it's always announced on social media. That's just the way things are. Now, Coach Prime completely addressed this situation with the team prior to this interview, which I absolutely love the fact that he actually do these things. When he see and heard some of the things that was said on social media, you guys heard he said he wanted to know why they said what they said, how they felt, and all of those things, man. So first and foremost, I absolutely love that. You also heard Coach Prime saying he agreed with what Smoke said as far as the selfish ball, the selfish play. I even myself agree with what Smoke said in his comments. There is a lot of selfish ball and play inside of that locker room. There's no team, there's no vocal leaders, there's nobody that's holding these guys accountable. Some of the things that Coach Prime also said with this football team. When I was coming up, we held each other accountable. When you didn't give it 100%, we called you out on it. If that meant violence, that's what it was going to be. We love the game of football. We hated to lose. Our coaches didn't have to tell us to do X, Y, and Z. We did it ourselves. We held meetings with each other without the coaches being in there because we understood we had to be on the same page. And I absolutely agree with what Coach Prime said as far as the vocal leaders. I just feel like right now, guys are speaking out. This is the end of the season. It's getting closer to the end of the season. Some of these guys' last final game is this week. So, of course, guys are frustrated. Of course, guys like Smoke going to voice his opinion about this football team. Now, as far as Willie Gaines go, you guys know how I feel about Willie Gaines. I've been speaking about Willie Gaines earlier in the year, and I wasn't even going to make this video giving my thoughts on Willie Gaines because, again, as I said before, I only care about what guys do on the football field. But since this is a topic, I'm going to just tell you guys my personal opinion, man. Willie Gaines probably should have just stayed at Jackson State, would have had a better opportunity. Same thing with Smoke. Smoke should have probably went somewhere else because the talent inside of that locker room is deep. There's a lot of running backs. I still feel like they should have used Smoke a lot better. As far as Willie Gaines go, man, there's a lot of wide receivers. We're talking about Jimmy Horn Jr., Travis Hunter, Xavier Weaver, Dawson, Amarian Miller, and the list goes on. I ain't even mentioned Javon Antonio. There's so many wide receivers at Colorado, so it was very hard for him to get that opportunity. When he did get that opportunity, he made the best of it, whether it was good or bad. He did get a chance to play. Smoke, on the other hand, have every right to feel the way that he feel. I said every single week, why did they use Smoke, or they should use Smoke? Every pregame, postgame, I always brought up Smoke because I felt like he didn't get a real deal opportunity at the running back position besides special teams, but he went there to play running back. Coach Prime even said in the interview, shout out to 9 News, I will have a link in the description, he even said he hate that he didn't live up to the promise with Smoke as far as getting that playing time, but the running back room is very deep. Guys got to remember that. Guys got to be very cautious when they enter that transfer portal. Not only do you need to worry about who are on the current roster, but you also need to worry about the transfer guys that's going to a certain team because it gets loaded sometimes and you fall under the radar, and that's just the way it is. You have to come out of it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Alabama, Georgia, or any of the Power Fives. Only reason why it's a big deal for Colorado because of the exposure. Primetime Deion Sanders in the house. We coming. Let's get it.